Well, the unconquered spirit of the Seminoles was on full display last week in Cary, North Carolina, and all season in the fall of 2023 as the Florida State soccer program brought a fourth star back home and another national championship. As we come to you, talking with you inside the Florida State soccer trophy room, and some more hardware with us, and of course, the head coach of the Noles, Brian Pensky, kind enough to join us here today. Congratulations, what a season. What a weekend in Cary. It's been about a week since that happened. Has it set in yet for you? National champion, Coach.
Yeah, honestly, it hasn't at all. Thanks for having me on, Jeff. And I would say the answer to that is no. I've been crazy busy. We've all been crazy busy, right? A little bit of celebration, but not a whole lot. Honestly, answering some messages and calls and, doing shows and interviews like these. But then also wrapping up our season, individual meetings. Our players are in exams right now and kind of closing shop on the fall in just a couple of days. So the full sink-in, I don't think has happened yet, but I look forward to that feeling. And anytime, honestly, I look and see that is a pretty nice view.
An amazing program. And you come in and you hit the ground running and you do amazing things a year ago and bring back the fourth national championship to Florida State soccer in your second year, and the first unbeaten season in Florida State soccer history, which is an amazing accomplishment overall. What made this group special for you to keep that consistency? And you got a lot of pressure, right? A lot of pressures on this group to perform at a high level, and they took it in stride all season long, it seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it starts with talent. You got to be good, right? You gotta have talent, and we had a lot of that, right? And then togetherness, right? Are we common goal, right? Single focus, and the benchmark is pretty well established here, right? Yeah. 3 national championships, and these players, Leilani and Lauren and Beata and Christina Roque and some other older players have won national championships, but they haven't won them as older players in this program. And so they were incredibly determined for, okay, it's now our team, right? It's now our team, it's our time, and we're pretty determined to win it. And so the talent and the determination, I think, were the two biggest things.
You had a moment in your post-championship game press conference where you brought up Leilani and Bata, or you had said that you saw the nameplates and you thought, what a perfect way and the two perfect people to talk with everybody after that game. What did your veteran group mean to you, specifically those two, when you think of, as you mentioned those names a moment before, how they took this team over and led them to where you went?
Yeah, those two, kind of the heartbeat of our team, certainly the alpha females of our team. All of our players, incredibly, I said before, talented and determined, but competitive. Yeah. And these two are kind of at the top of that competitive, kind of spectrum. They're crazy, right? They're crazy in the best way possible. And so, but then they're also, if anybody watched that press conference, they're highly intelligent, off the field and on the field, amazing leaders. And we knew starting in the spring that this team was going to go as those two went, right? Leadership is influence, and they have massive influence within our team. The comfort and the confidence to lead, and then all the things that go into that. Yeah. And I'm going to miss the heck out of those two because determined, phenomenal people.
So many stars on your team, and we could go through all of them, but wanted to mention Joe Onyechigini, who was a finalist for the Mac Herman Award as the best player, the elite player in all of women's college soccer. What a season for her. How would you encapsulate what she accomplished here? And she also had an amazing summer with the World Cup. So many things going on. Yeah,
amazing. And here we're talking about a player that transferred here after 3 years at Mississippi State, 2 goals as a junior at Mississippi State, went into the portal mid-March of 22. And she said, because I emailed her right away when I was at Tennessee, and she said she really liked to go to the ACC. And fortunately, no one in the ACC wanted her. And then about 6 weeks later, I took this job, and she messaged me right after she saw it. And she said, would you still be interested in me? And I said, 100%. We're not going to come to Knoxville. We're going to go to Tallahassee. And she was still uncertain. What was her role going to be? Was she good enough to play? Was she going to come off the bench? She had a bit of a coming out party at BC in both of our first ACC game 1 year ago. She had a hat trick at their place. And I said to her the other day, I'm like, well, no emails from ACC coaches, 27 goals and 11 assists, and a Mac Herman Trophy finalist later. You've had a pretty good run here, Joe.
That's an amazing run. There's no question about that. An item about this team that was statistically a marvel this year was what they did in the second half, outscoring opponents 52-5, and you did it again in the championship game, and something had to give. Top offensive team in Florida State, top defensive team in Stanford, and you're able to seal it with 3 goals in that second half as well. How did this group put teams away? It was just like it was a suffocation all season long as games went along by your crew.
Yeah, I think, again, talent, but athletic, relentless. And there were a lot of teams that could hang with us for a half or so. And then we go in and we talk about a few things, but there were no kind of rah-rah speeches, maybe 1 or 2 along the way. But it was kind of tactical shift or just keep staying the course. But then probably the biggest thing is just over time. Teams had a hard time staying with our group and our players for 90 minutes. They could hang for 45, maybe 60. And then the other thing that happened a lot of times is 1 goal would lead to 2 goals. And this wasn't a second half thing, but it was a first half thing in that College Cup final. 2 goals within 26 seconds of each other in the College Cup first half. At home, the only game where we were trailing at half during the whole season was Pitt. Then we scored 3 goals in 12 minutes against Pitt to win the game 3-2. Elite Eight, I think we scored 3 goals in 6 minutes to win the Elite Eight 3-0. So success led to more success for this group, and especially in that second half.
Well, I'll tell you what, national champions, you bring the 4th star to Florida State soccer. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jeff.
You'll never forget, Coach.
Never forget.
There you go. He's Brian Pensky. My name is Jeff Culhane. National champions here in 2023. For all your Florida State soccer needs, keep it locked in to Seminoles.com. Go Noles!